adjusting the camera a little. Okay, so that should do the trick. And we definitely should mute the stream itself. Alright, good evening everybody. Thanks for tuning in. I yesterday said I would do a stream today. We need to move the camera a little. Come on, stay where I want you. It doesn't really want to do that right now. Okay, that's fine. We have basically two major things that I want to look at with you guys. Number one, and the camera really doesn't like that angle. Like, can it just stay there, please? Okay. So, today we get a free giveaway as the previous days. Today's giveaway is the free ship slots. We need to find where that is. Services. It's probably on a promotional again, right? There we go. Claiming this, which allows me to open a box in a minute. It took me quite some time, but I did manage to get the Annorax-Dreadnought Tier 6. And now we can have a look at it. So I probably should also reduce the graphics a little while streaming. The CPU load and stuff don't really get along too well with what I'm doing here. So, have you guys gotten the ship yet? And if so, how do you like it? So we'll just go ahead, open it up. The Regina. It actually looks pretty cool on the sheet. Like, we'll just use the Ready Ship tab thing with the function enabled in the options that it moves automatically, like almost all the items. So we'll just have to get rid of all the stuff that came with it. And we are good to go, basically, almost. So let's look at this. This is the console that comes with the ship. It grants plus 7.5% damage to exotic damage abilities all the time. Additionally, you get the temporal distortion field, which for a set amount of time, does not tell how long that is. 2 minutes recharge. That's not quite clear for how long this will be on. It gives you turn rate, speed, minus damage, interestingly, minus 40% all energy damage, immunity to all energy damage, which basically means that you shouldn't take too much, and it will deal some AoE damage once it expires. Minus power recharge speed for 10 seconds is probably something along the lines of the temporal inversion field from the Science Temporal Warfare set. In PvE, it doesn't really matter too much. Might be a PvP thing, but the immunity to damage definitely is something interesting. And the speed increase might be a good thing on a ship that is so slow. For the Starship Masteries, we get plus 15% damage to exotic abilities. That is only base, so it's not too much, like realistic 3% or something. Shield hit points 10%. Improves healing 10% and shield healing 10%. We get a shield regen and reduced damage to shields. And additionally, we get the time to kill tier 6 trait. When it's slotted, you gain plus 10% all damage for 15 seconds when using a Science Bridge Officer ability. And this can stack up to 3 times. As far as I can tell, that's only base damage. So probably not worth slotting right now, considering there are really good tier 6 traits. But yeah, that's how it is. The layout for 4 weapons, 3 aft. We get the secondary deflector, 2 engineering, 5 science, 4 tactical. Will get better once the embassy consoles are fixed. For now, what do we want to build with this? I mean, it basically looks almost like the Vesta, I guess. So realistically, everything along the lines of particle generator hybrid builds with fired wool should probably work pretty well. So I'll just grab my particle generator consoles. As you can see here, if I had the better plasma explosions, which actually could crit and stuff, this build's actually really strong. So I'll probably just leave the 5th out, move this one down, and use another plasmonic leech console, so I can get the assimilated 2-piece, get the leech console, and the critical severity of the binaural infusion circuits. The pets themselves use coalition disruptor beam rays. Now this could mean that running disruptors on this ship might actually be a good thing, because the coalition disruptors reduce the damage resistance of your enemy against disruptors by quite a lot. I think it's 20 per second and can stack up to 5 times, which would be around -100. So that could be really cool. The problem is the ship itself comes with the integrated lance ability that is on this ship dealing anti-proton damage. So you probably want to use anti-proton weapons and a setup to benefit from that. If you don't really care about the lance, and I'll show you the stats in a minute, then I guess it's fine. Secondary deflector we can put on this. Always make sure that yours has plus sensor analysis damage. Have one with flow capacitors, particle generator, and there are 2 possibilities. This one is the with corrector beam repulsors gravity welds damage. You could also go with the that procs of tachyon beam and destabilizing resonance beam. Those both seem fair choices. I sort of prefer the resonance beam one because it deals a dot as in a damage over time. So the average damage of that is a little higher if you maintain it properly. For now, it's probably enough to just have plus sensor analysis damage on this to make your sensor analysis deal 50% additional damage. Iconian set, of course. I should get some pets at a starbase. I should have permissions to buy on this actually, so I think we are fine. Let's just give that a try. If you guys have any questions, want me to read out something or say anything along the lines, just let me know. If the audio is fine. Alright. Transwarp is off in 1 minute. Cool. Gives us some time to look at the stations. We have the Lieutenant Commander Tactical with Intel and the Lieutenant Universal with Intel. That's a little tricky. Let's see what we can do with this. We want at least 1 override subsystem safeties. It could be a 3 fired will tag team. The other guy could be Chemocyte and Beta. This way you sort of lack the second fired will or fired will 3 or an attack pattern Omega. So I don't really feel too comfortable with this setup. You could also use 2 Lieutenant Commander Tacticals like that. Use Chemocyte here, Beta, fired will 3. And if we... what can we do? It's probably... I really like the override subsystem safeties, but can we make it happen? That's the question. Putting in emergency powder shields, weapons... That would only leave us with a override subsystem safeties 1. If we put it into that space, so that's not optimal. let's see here what we can do. If we put emergency vital weapons to this one, the one could now be our override subsystem safeties, and we make this one attack pattern omega. See how that's working out. And we could use this one as override subsystem safeties. We could also use this one as an engineering team. Get rid of the Firewall 2 and put override subsystem safeties into the middle spot here. That's probably fine as well. For the science abilities, hazard emitters, destabilizing resonance beam, gravity well, and tractor beam repulsors 3. So we need the destabilizing resonance. Let's see if I can build one up. Where would it be if I had it? There it is. Is it a 1 or 2? I think the 1 is the lieutenant. Yeah. Okay, we'll quickly build one of those. We could also just remove the engineering team and put in the override subsystem safeties one there. Which engineer is the right one? We need the guys with the short name Eng2 and Eng1 to get the Nausicans, which give us the pirate ability or passive trait. So this one should actually be this guy. And we'll put in emergency support shields. Okay. Psi 1, is he the right guy? Psi 1 is a Nausicaan. We would rather have the hierarchy guy, so we'll take Psi 2. He already has the resonance beam, so something along these lines, gravity well. Okay, cool. So we basically do this part for the exotic damage that we gain from all the particle generator consoles. We also benefit from the sense analysis, and theoretically with the plasma procs and the pretty huge fight rule we get, this could be quite a strong ship. Fleet Starbase. Alright. So, Felician says hi, good evening, thanks for tuning in. Nukva says hello from Canada, good evening to Canada. It's so silent without Cookie, that is very true. And we also get a good morning from Germany. So, greetings everyone, thanks for tuning in. We are currently en route to get the elite pets for the new ship. We'll see how that works out. I'm not quite sure where to level up the specialization things yet. Probably I'll just do a red alert. Okay, so the frosted boots may stop sliding and we don't jump against that roof. This guy should have our hangar items, and we have the hangar elite Crenum heavy radars. Okay, cool. Buying one of those. If you guys have a good suggestion for the ship's name, please let me know. I'm not really sure what to put in yet, so we'll just take whatever comes up, I guess. Always make sure to use your batteries, so I'll just build a bunch of these. I don't think I played the latest, actually it's the previous episode thing on this tune yet, so I can't build the armor catalyst healing device, but that's okay. We'll stick with the damage batteries for now. Just building a bunch of those. Okay. Beam up to ship. You have to promote them. Do you have a stream for teaching officer abilities? I can't get my officers to land anything over level 1 abilities. When you select your bridge officer on the left. It has on the lower right promote, and you hit that to unlock like the next tiers. Like they all start with only the left abilities. If you promote them once, you get the second left. If you promote them again, you get the third, and so on until everything is unlocked. And then you need the manuals to teach them the abilities themselves. But I guess you know that part. Okay, disabling the visuals because they really look strange on that ship. I mean, this ship itself is actually looking pretty cool. If you look at that, it's looking like in the episode. I personally like it. It just has a sort of strange propulsion particle generator, but that's okay. Alright, so what do we do now with the abilities? Which one should we drop? The Fired Will could put in 2 duty officers to reduce the Fired Will cooldown, but if that fails, that's really horrible, so we don't really want to gamble away our Fired Wills. We could potentially remove all abilities from the tray that we will never need. So we'll just, come on, move this all away. Thank you. This one. Okay. I guess I'll have to drop the engineering team, even though I sort of would like it. And now moving the abilities into all the usual places, so I don't have to struggle which button to use when I want to execute a certain ability. You can see all my binds here written onto the corresponding tray slot. So we'll just get rid of most of this. Omega, Beta, we only have 1 Fired Will here. That is the Fired Will 3. Putting on the 2. Chemoside, Mercy Powder Shields would be there. Shield Bubble, Brace for Impact is already on the tray. Now this is the ability that is built into the ship. It's called the Chronoton Lance. It deals in a 45-degree arc to a target, 5000 anti-proton damage times 2, so it actually shoots the target twice. Yeah, good evening, Cookie. The problem is, my camera doesn't like me today, so I have to sit very high to make it work. You need to be higher than your bridge officers, so you need to be lieutenant commander to promote them to lieutenant. And you need to be like captain to promote them to commander. We are still looking for a very good name, that is true. So we have the built-in Chronoton Lance, which is why you might want to use anti-proton on this ship. As I said before, you could however also use the disruptors, or basically whichever type you like. Like the difference between the weapons themselves is pretty low. It's not that big a deal, but the debuffing from these pets, even though you only get 2, so the amount of fire that they actually put out is probably not too much. Let's have a look at this guy. He looks a little like that. Other ship, I think, that you can also get. Okay, there we go. You only get 2 of these, but they are pretty strong with 44,000 hull, so they probably won't die too often. Alright, so we'll just set up the tray. That's something that you always should do, like move stuff to places where you actually recall where it's at, basically. So what are we missing? The fleet support we have, full impulses, Shift R, Good on fighting gravity well. Could be this one. Usually I think it's on control number pad 3. I'm not quite sure where to put it yet. Quantum Singularity Shift 1. Tetra Cascade Shift 2, Distribute Shields is not on the tray yet, Sense Analysis we have, Rock and Roll, Tactical Team is on, and Tractor Beam Repulsors should be at 3. The 2 should be the device that we can use to reduce damage taken, the Subspace Field Modulator, there we go. Taking all the batteries out of the crafting thing, so we have those. Distribute shields, awesome. Right click in all the weapons, and like this you have basically to do with every single ship you have in the game. Also, do not forget about the power levels. That is quite incremental, so we'll put everything to weapons. Reduce engines because we don't, or we probably will not need too much of that. Shields with emergency powder shields and Plasmonic Leech, and the Supremacy trait will get quite a lot, so we don't need as much in there to get the 125. There's no real benefit in going beyond that, so it would look like something like this. And we are still missing a few abilities. The hazard emitters should be on C. Graphwell we have our science abilities. All that I really should do now is replace the engineering team, I think. So we leave back to sector space. How about Kool-Aid for the ship? I named mine Punky Brewster. Yeah, I'll probably not copy that. I didn't get those pets. You definitely should get some pets like that. That usually helps. I don't know how good they really are. Like, I just unboxed the ship, but I'll run a few missions, so I hopefully can tell you soon. If not, I will use them. The alternative basically is going with Elite Scorpions, but I'm not too fond of them because they like dying a lot. So I'll just first try out the ones that we get with the ship. Okay. I mean, potentially you could put in a few different consoles here, because right now the plasma consoles aren't really that overwhelmingly strong. But I sort of like the idea of getting the particle generator. You probably for now could also use the Spire or not, but like, what's the new holdings name? The research lab thing. If you get those consoles, you get flow caps and particle generator, and you get some damage bonus to your fight will. So if like 1 or 2 of those could work fine as well. But I don't really have that much healing abilities, so for now I don't really see that happening. I'll just get the override subsystem safeties 1 here to make sure that we put at least something in. We'll train it to engineer 2. Does he have the intel? Does the other guy have the intel? Both my engineers do not have intel yet. That is a shameful disgrace, but can be alleviated quite soon if we just buy the pad off the exchange. That's usually the cheapest, or let's say the least draining way to getting it. So we'll jump over this. You guys need to come up with a few good ship names. Like, the ship is sorta expensive, you know? We shouldn't name it something inappropriate. So, Intel qualification? Qualification? What's the item called? Qualification minus Intel. 289, done. Deal that can easily be handled. Doesn't really matter which one we put it on, they both didn't have it, so I'll just put it to him. Learn, select it as active, and go to stations, and I should train him the ability as well. That might usually help. This slot, and we'll learn the override subsystem safeties. Quite a lot of clicking involved to get to that point where we just can't select it. Okay, cool. So, why do I like the idea of putting particle generator and stuff in is basically because we can work pretty well with the particle manipulator and the positive feedback loop. This is possibly causing some lag, but I think it's mostly fixed now. So I have high hopes that this doesn't screw us over. The particle manipulator gives us pretty high critical chance and critical severity with our exotic damage sources, of which we have quite a few. The only real downside right now is healing, but I want to see first if we can do this without too much healing. The ship comes with an insanely high shield modifier of 1.45, which makes you have like ridiculous shields anyways, and it also has pretty high hull. If we go into space, that becomes a little more obvious. I don't know what he is talking about. My ship name suggestions are awesome. Right? We don't have the defensive platform. That's one button I was missing. I also miss another one. F3 usually has something. I just don't know what it is yet. But we'll find out. So let me see the that one we do have. Subsystem safeties, here we go. And the destabilizing thing. No, like what's the name? We don't have the battery yet, and it is actually the tactical initiative. Glad that you guys know where I have my stuff, so you guys can help me out. Where's that awesome device? The subspace field modulator. It should be in here, right? That probably is. So it should be here. Alright, cool. So as a first test, I guess we can do a quick CCA. Just joining the random queue. That might produce an awesome amount of lag for my computer. For some reason it's not working too well lately. Minimizing that window, bringing up the other one, bringing up that one. Okay, while going in. And this one looks a little messed up. What happened here? No. That format is not quite right. Okay, we're still in the old combat log from yesterday. Can just go to this size, fly into the middle, stacking the sense analysis, using the emergency powder shields to trigger our positive feedback loop, which is now going, and then using exotic damage, which benefits from that, giving us not the tachyon grid. I don't know, have they changed how it works? It used to alternatingly basically make you use healing and exotic damage sources. It might just give you everything now. Putting down the gravity while attacking with the destabilizing resonance beam into that, getting quite some awesome lag, so I can't really interact. Romulan cloak using the Tatron cascade. Yeah, this is a little messed up. We'll handle. The thing is already at 55% doing its shockwave. Missing the GDF by just a bit, and there we go. Using the tactical team to distribute our shields. Releasing new pets as they tend to die. The next Okay. The next shockwave I want to use the barrel roll on, so we'll just throw all our abilities in there. We are currently hopefully combat logging, so I'll just load up the log later. The HP bar went quite a ways, but I don't know if this barrel roll was a little too early. I might have panicked too much, but we'll survive it anyways. Alright, just randomly thrown out abilities there. Not quite optimal, but I guess for the first time that's okay. Turning around a little and trying to use the Spinal Lance ability, which is this bluish thing. And we managed to get first. Alright, cool. Collecting the reward. So let me bring up the combat log that we are looking for. I hope I combat log that. Alright. We did not get first on damage, but we have a little more healing. So that's how that worked out. So let's see what happened here. We have 7.8k with Fight Will 2, 4.3 Fight Will 3, only 7k with Plasma Explosions, TBR 3, 2k with Destabilizing Resonance, 1.3 with Gravity Well. As you can see, the Chronoton Lance not dealing too drastic damage, each hit hitting for 33k. You could potentially get like twice the amount with tactical consoles, also increasing that. But I'm not sure if that's really worth it, putting in too much effort into those. So we'll show the pets as well to see the Elite Cranim Raiders dealing around 300, 200, 100. That's realistically not too much, but CCA is not really good testing ground. So we'll also look into what the other guy did. Dual anti-proton beams, probably just the scimitar that we saw. Crystalline damage from. We actually deal the most amount of damage to the crystalline entity itself. So I guess that's fine. You always have to take into consideration that the sensor analysis only is a single target damage increase, so you will only against specific targets get that huge damage increase. Okay, cool. So we'll go and look for a nice red alert. See if we can level up masteries, get a little more used to how it flies. Does anyone know if the freebie today is account unlock, or do you have to log in with each toon? It's just for one toon. Really? Wow. That is brutal. I unlocked it on this character just because I thought it was account unlock, basically. But I guess it's fine. So map transfer failed. Not quite sure how that is working out. There's a German saying for that. Yeah. I mean, it depends on how they communicate things. Like, when they gave out the red matter capacitor, they actually said that that was an account unlock, and when you claimed the item, you only could claim it on one character, and that screwed over quite a few people. So having... Okay, so where's the red alert? Probably just done, huh? If the thing is not an account unlock, it might be good to just note that somewhere. So we'll just switch a few instances, see if we can find a red alert. Luckily, I did claim the unlock on the right toon, but I don't really have wrong toons anyway, so that's fine. The highest amount of damage against the CCE or CCA itself, I usually do with my Vesta with torpedoes, due to the fact that it just has these insane amounts of resistance against energy damage. What is going on? They gravity weld everything together over there. So we'll just probably... Is this the final stage or is this a starting stage? We just received 2000 dilithium, so I might be screwed. Not getting any experience for this. Support groups. They are also 11 levels under us. That is not quite awesome. Evasive. The ship is turning sort of slow, but I think it should be fine. Okay. Can we switch instances in this? No. Need to wait for red alert to drop. No one's looking, right? I don't think so. The ship is not yet named, Cookie. I'm still taking offers, basically. So I'm not decided yet. Gravity welling them, putting the resonance beam on, losing arc due to awesome FPS problems. Like, something was really wrong with my computer. Okay, using the attack team, putting down the taunt bubble. Attack put on alpha, fired will, getting disabled on weapons for not too long, luckily. Using brace for impact. And that is tier 1 mastery. Shooting them still. We might want to use the duty officer, which makes our TBRs pull enemies instead of pushing them away. A nice misfire on fired will. So we don't really get the benefit of it. This is not quite right yet. I'm not sure what to make of this. I think like that. Okay. Using the gold on fighting, this continual disable is really annoying. That is mastery level 2. Okay. Trying to keep them in the arc of my destabilizing resonance beam to debuff their resistances. Okay. First tarantula thing is dead. And that's the second one. But we probably should just gather all the kill experience for all the small craft as well, basically. As we are in here for the experience. That is ship mastery level 3. Gravity welling this guy. Turning around to broadside so all of our air rays can shoot. Using some TBR, inflicting a little more kinetic damage. Okay. And just keep on shooting. I need new graphics card. As if my graphics card had anything to do with this. And if you guys want it, fund it, Hollow, that's fine. So far, it's not looking that way though, so... Tarantulas are so awesome. I hear many people talking about that ship lately. That is true. I also saw on the forums that poll basically which ship you wanted next. I mean, you know, where will they go after they put in the Annorax Time Destroyer thing, basically? There's not too much left that is really like this far off the scales. So I guess we'll just leave. The ship itself, the pets, I mean, cost you 100,000 fleet credits and 45k dilithium. That is true. I paid I think 38 with the amount of dilithium bonus that I'm getting. So making all that go away. How much are we still missing? Some. You might say some. I think we can still do the walk red alerts though, so that should be enough. By the way, Cookie, when is your guys' live stream? Are you settled on like in 1.5 hours, or how much longer is that? Maximum walk to the Tholians. Let's just see if we can rejoin that. I think we are supposed to have like half an hour cooldown, but cooldowns aren't cool. Yes, we are on cooldown. Instance number 30. Let's see if they have some bulk red alerts in store for us. They do not. 28. Tholians. Is it always Tholians? Like, do we need to move into a specific spot to see bulk red alerts? 29 we didn't check out yet. 2 hours. Okay, cool. And someone just received the Dreadnought. Lucky him. I opened a few of the boxes and it didn't work out. So I'm probably done with tempting my fate. Okay, no red alert in here. 24. Tholians, come on. I think we weren't in 25 yet. I always go for the gateway, but I guess it's not really important where you are. The gateway to which gateway? The one to the box space? I don't know if that, like, it's I hope it has no impact. Did Aragon get a new ship too? I don't think so. I don't think he has it yet, but he's not really trying a lot. So yeah, he chose his fate. So please give me the right red alert. I just want to get mastery, please. Max walk to where the bulk are. Let's go. Sphere gate near New Romulus, of course. Well, it could also be the gateway to Task Force Omega from back in the day. I don't know if that's still in the game, actually, after they revamped most of this, so we actually should move 25k over there. Someone's already on it, so we'll just leave those to him. Going over to this side. 1 cube, not too much. Where's my Mercy Particle weapons? Like, how can I be missing that? And that also settles where my stuff is that I was looking for. Alright. Being assimilated, always awesome. Giving you all these awesome cooldowns. Okay, just slapping all these guys. Removing the debuffs with the hazard emitters. I don't know why I have still the red flashy animation of being assimilated, because I actually already removed the debuff. This is Mastery level 4, a tactical cube barrel rolling over, getting into not his flank inside because that is on the opposite one. Don't have much available, using the Chromdon Lance just because it looks awesome. That bluish thing there. Shooting him a little, spawning the final enemy. We'll need to drop out of combat and use the full impulse to get over there in time. Alright, releasing our second pet. We are already in the flank and arc, getting assimilated using tag team. It still has the flashy animation, so I don't know if this is alright or not, because I randomly get my cooldowns increased, which shouldn't be happening. So we'll just use all the exotic damage to also stack up these hands analysis. You should always stack up these hands analysis first to give it some time to stack, basically. I just need to get more used to that, and that's it for this thing. Okay. Let's see when we drop out of combat. If we have some luck with another instance. Okay. Poor Aragon. That's what you should name your ship. Wow, that is so mean. Are you sure you want me to do that? Like, I don't know if he could take that. Where do we go? Those are only the small ones. We have 2 cubes back there. I guess we'll just go a little in between here, using that and shooting these guys. Okay. Using the tractor beam repulsors. The cubes are immune to the pushback component, so against those we don't need any of the fancy duty officers. And already spawning the final boss. Like, this is not working quite as I hoped. Don't think we will get the 5th level unlocked, but we'll see. Also, in other good news, you don't need to respec anymore. Apparently the respec or your talent tree invalid thing is resolved. So I don't know if you basically received a free respec if you had clicked that button yesterday. I didn't, and I can't respec anymore, so it might have been better to just click it, but I'm getting all my cooldowns increased even though I'm not assimilated again. Yeah, that's not cool. Okay. It's looking pretty funny if it does the barrel roll. I mean, it's almost rotation invariant, like it looks the same from most angles. Can barely make out the rolling animation on a sphere, right? Yeah, I think this is done. So we'll just make it go away. And can we do another CCA yet? Probably not. So we might just fly. Is your ship a boy or a girl? I'm not sure. Most of them have names that aren't directly related to anything, like the Blade of Wizardry. The sword, like, what is that? Is that male or female for English speaking folk? So, ISA. Let's do one of these. I'll call out on DPS Bronze if you guys want to join in. You might just X up there. See how this goes. I mean, realistically, the tier 6 ability of it, the time to kill, does not really strike me as that strong. It's basically almost an additional tag console, but not quite. Milos 1000 seems to be on cooldown. I cannot invite him. It says this player does not meet the requirements. He wants to change tunes. I won't have time to do anything there anyways. What? Okay, he is relogging to another tune. I think we need one more. From what I can tell, lag has become better, but it's not quite resolved yet. Like, you still get misfire on abilities and weapons, but you don't rubber band as much anymore. Tactical and Intel Fleet 1, making sure everyone is ready. Am I hidden or something? I was first to put ISA in chat. No. He might have written that to the wrong channel, but I don't see his message. Okay, cool. So everyone is ready. Get this thing started. Blueberry Tart would be a cute name. Rotation invariant, very good, almost like a true mathematician. Although it technically has a 3-something symmetry. Alright. Release now, pets. You know, okay, we have 3 readies, 4 readies. We are ready as well. So go in 3, or go in 5 actually, silent countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, tech fleet and thingy. And I'm in combat, which I shouldn't be. That is sort of a problem because we don't really get into range. Okay, moving over, releasing pets, using alpha. This ability cooldown on abilities from the assimilation thing, that shouldn't really be in there, especially after I removed the debuff. So we are trying to lag FPS wise. Like I got. What is this FPS? Yeah, this is messed up. The turning force of the ship making me pay for the FPS problems. Hello? I mean, the mouse is registering, so I don't know if it's actually FPS or not. Hello, pets, please attack something. Yeah, this is not telling anything. I guess I'll do a stream later, or a run without like recording too much. But like, this is actually unplayable. Okay, so if I can ever do anything again. trying to use abilities. And now, even though like I have super high FPS problems, you see how I didn't get my fired wool even though I used it. Like that is the misfire, and that's what really shouldn't happen. If you just lose a fired wool or something, you can't realistically play anyways, at least properly. Okay. Not getting a GDF. Getting a GDF on this ship might be really difficult, just due to the insane shields and hull that you get. Okay, so that was horrible. 51k DPS, sorta okay, but like the barrel looking pretty funny. Let me think about how I solved this problem. Height preview, something like that. Okay. Okay. We'll see if this helps. And I mean, like that, this is now the funny part where after the mission is done, my FPS looks basically okay. Like, I can use my camera now. DPS looking as horrible as expected for my run. The others did do pretty okay. Satai has pretty high base damage in comparison to his real damage, so he probably had torpedoes on there. And as you can see, he ran the neutronic torpedo spread with Chemosite. That is a pretty potent ability. But the problem is kinetic damage always gets reduced by shields by 75%, so it's sort of difficult to really make use of your base damage values. So yeah, that's that. Still a little to go for the tier 5 mastery. The ship itself is clocked at 13,700 shields already, 76k hull, and we don't have a battle cloak or something to make the shields go away. So getting a GDF off of the core breach is pretty much unrealistic. I wonder what would happen if you would fly the ship without any shields. Like if you just onslaught them. That might work. Alright. So things that I didn't use last run are mostly FPS, so it's not worth discussing that too much, but the battery I didn't use, and like the overall ability usage was just horrible. 2 more minutes. We could do a patrol within that time. Japari, go there. How far away is that? Not too far. Going to the slipstream thing. Normal difficulty should be enough, I guess. Where's the patrol? There's a mission. Here we go. So realistically, we have a problem with getting GDFs, but other than that, the ship itself, I think, looks really, really good. I'll put out the refresh on the combat log. Even though I messed up pretty bad with the pets, looking at what they did, each pet dealing, or both of them dealing 3.9k almost, and they were only active for like half of the fight, so they are probably stronger than the Scorpions, so we probably want to play with them. Yeah, we just need a cleaner ISA run at some point. but I'm decently sure that they will be stronger. Why is this battleship so far over there? Okay. So using the healing ability to give us the positive feedback loop, turning around, killing these guys, using gravity well, destabilizing beam, killing these guys. And I definitely want to change the secondary deflector to the one that deals damage with destabilizing resonance beam. I think that a dot is probably stronger than the after effect for tractor beam repulsors. So, okay, I might just slightly have overestimated how much XP they will give, but I think it will be enough with the next CCA. By the way, is no one in the chat typing anymore, or did I mess something up? Because I changed a few of these windows here, so I'm not sure if it's still working. Just type something. Okay, Crystalline joining this one. Engage. Turbonas are still there, awesome. So my chat is still working, thank you guys. Holofrog also still there. Okay, cool. So warping into this one. Does it have a different warp-in animation, like that blue flash thing? Do you guys see that as well, or is that just me making it up? Dropping out of full impulse, turning around, putting on the sensor analysis, like that's the most important thing to get it going. 2 stacks, 3 stacks, come on, 3 stacks. So it's ticking pretty slow, but you know, eventually we'll get there. Emergency power. So now I'm using all the fleets. I actually pressed Omega, but we get Fired Will. Okay, Romulan Cloak is... yeah, it didn't really solve all my issues with FPS, I'm afraid. We'll just push basically all the buttons that we have, but we try to use them in the right order. Fire on my mark. I pressed beta, but it used Fired Will again. Mercy Powder Shields. Yeah, I don't know, guys. Like, this is not looking awesome. Can we make it a little more poetic with Aragon, though? Like Aragon's demise or something? Until he gets the ship, of course. Okay, keeping our weapons shooting. We are actually within range to use the tractor beam repulsors. They have like 5k, so we'll just fire up those guys. Yeah, but like the game is not feeling very responsive. Like when I press something, just something else happens. Kate, Ryan is so sexy on Twitch. Thank you, I guess. Trying to get back into arc for the gravity well and getting killed by that shockwave, which I didn't see coming. I should move up the camera to see the progression bar when it charges up, but if I do that, it lags so bad. So, wow, we are actually at a freeze right now. Yeah, guys, I don't know. We need to first get rid of all the graphics in the game. See if that helps. I'm giving up on you ship name suggestions. Why would you be so mean? Come on. We need to take our time. It's not something that can easily be decided. it's a major decision if you have like this much EC to name. Alright. Opening the R&D boxes. And we are short 106 experience. But that should be possible, right? Let's just do one more of the nice patrol missions over here. Because we like the Romulans so much, we will go into... Where shall we go? Karaya. Let's shoot some Romulans. Awesome. Quantum Slipstream up again. You guys are trolling me. That's... Time flies. It certainly has, as in Tempus Fugit, has certainly some nice connotations, but I think too many people already use that, so that might be a little too much standard. It's really difficult, don't worry. We'll make it though. I have high hopes that we will manage to find something awesome. So crushing all these guys, getting our tier 5 mastery, just finishing the mission nonetheless to finish up the patrol progress to eventually get our marks. If we ever decide to continue this. I don't know if I actually already have the patrol thing. Fire at will. This group, that group, and turning around towards the final spawn. They are already in range, awesome. That's probably because the ship is so big, like the aft weapons can shoot one spawn, the front weapons can shoot another, no matter where you are on the map. So these guys may consider themselves crushed. We'll use the not emergency, but quantum slipstream thing to Salt System and try out the tier 6 trait. Eternity. That's a good name. Cookie. I think my live stream is cancelled. No, that is horrible. Come on, you guys can do it. It's not that difficult. You just go ahead and do it. Cabona shoot in the shots right away. This one is more awesome anyways. No, they are all awesome. That's how we roll. So, traits. Let us slot in the time to kill, which is damage when using a Science Bridge officer ability. Slotting that, and I think we have to change instances to make it actually apply. So, if the map transfer does not fail, on low graphics it looks a little different than it does on high, but that is fine. We are doing this for the sake of the stream anyways. And I think I should put somewhere the Star Trek Las Vegas fundraiser. I think I promised to do that, but I'll figure out until tomorrow, I guess, how to do that. So, we are at 1,329 damage. Where is my calculator if I need one? 1329.5. And now we'll use ability, like hazard emitters. And we get to 1351.6. So we divide this number by 1351.6. So we get a damage increase of about 1.7%. And that tells us that in reality, this trait does not actually give us plus 10% all damage, but that these 10% are base damage only. I mean, you get 3 stacks of that max, and it's working with tractor beam repulsors. I cannot use gravity welds on this map, so I guess I'll just wait for the hazard emitters. But yeah, I don't know. It's about like 3 times that, so it's about a 5% damage increase in total. That's just not worth it in comparison to the other like really strong traits that are in the game, like improved pedal to the metal is already 20% if you keep your speed going. Of course, the anchored is usually better, but immersive weapon cycle is really good. Like, all of these traits have definite applications, so for 5% I'll probably not ditch like any of the 4. All hands, reciprocity, supremacy, and immersive weapon cycle. And if I get the 5th, it will probably be improved pedal to the metal for now. Yeah. Alright, so that's that. Considering the price of the ship, you could name it the Golden Gun. That is very true. We paid for it the gold price, I guess. But that's okay. So, do you guys have any more questions related to the ship besides its ship name? We could name it we could put it in the Golden Gun. We could also put in Aragon's Envy. How do you guys like Aragon's Envy? I don't know, like that's too personal, that's pretty mean, and he's not even that much into the ship anymore. So I don't think so, Cookie. Like, isn't that pretty much inappropriate? We shouldn't really be doing that. Lance Time Strong. So I'll be out for a minute. You guys can get some pretty awesome ideas. And I'll be right back. See you in a sec. Okay, to give you guys a quick heads up, if I run around yelling, that is because I'm under attack by a spider, which is really big, and it's really freaking brutal. I don't know, like, I don't personally like spiders too much, and the problem is when I went to get the vacuum cleaner, it disappeared. So it's somewhere, but I don't know where it is. So just to give you guys a warning in case I blow out your headsets or something by just, you know, freaking out too much. So that's how that is. Have you guys come up with any good names? It's not really looking that way. So Kate's boy toy, like what is going on with you guys? Are you kidding me? I don't think that is possible. Or should I Google the Urban Dictionary first? Wow, I'm so afraid that the spider will just suddenly come up somewhere. I don't like spiders, let's just put it that way. Yeah, it pretty much means what I thought it did. Yeah, it really doesn't change much. Like, all these definitions are pretty similar, so yeah, I don't think we should do that. I probably have to go with the golden gun from the ideas we have so far. Eternity is also pretty cool. I'm with you, bro. Spiders are sent by the devil. Or are they the devils themselves? Possibly there are multiple ones. And like, just that knowledge of knowing it is out there somewhere, lurking, waiting for you to go to sleep. I definitely will, after the stream, have to seek it out and obliterate the creature. But until then, I'll just pretend to be cool and not give a crap about spiders. You know, they are only animals after all. Alright, so we'll call this thing the... Could we call it Golden Eternity? Oh, now they are taking it to the in-game chat channel. I know that I have 2 spiders in my room, and there should be more in the flat. Okay, so how are you still sitting at your computer typing that? Shouldn't you be out there fighting it? So I guess we will live with this one. That's a pretty good combination of the two. Paying for like tribute to the time ship thing, and also the price itself. So we'll probably do this. All right. Okay, I guess that's that with the ship for now. We have seen pretty much all of that. So I'll just continue on doing a few CCAs. I need to finish off my major tunes, like my science, my other tactical, my engineer, my other tactical, and then I'll continue with leveling 1 or 2 of those missions for my Delta tune, if you guys want to see that. I will, however, have to restart the stream to make sure that the file separation is properly done, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Thanks for watching. For everyone tuning out now, but